Hi, my name is Liz, in case you forgot that, since I haven't posted anything in like 4 months. Ah. Now, why haven't I posted anything in these little bit here? Mainly due to me running out of contacts to wear and not wanting to record in my glasses. I just spent $300 getting new glasses and contacts. These aren't the new glasses because they haven't come in yet. I literally was at the eye doctor 30 minutes ago. But I will be wearing my glasses so I can see, but now you can't see my eyes. So it's kind of a, we love the ring light in my glasses. It's a fun little trait, but I don't really have any other lighting to help me. I could try turning it down a bit, but you could still, this is why I didn't want to record. Because you could see this in my glasses and I don't like it. So I'm actually not gonna wear them. So, and I'm gonna turn up the lighting a little bit more because, no, never mind. I liked it darker. The other main reason, I just stopped posting, even though I was really proud of myself, kind of consistent. You know, I know I just started. It is what it is. Also, you like my hair? It's plum. I also cut it. I did a lot of things with it. It's been a while. I think it's been 4 months. Oops. One of the biggest things, though, that I realized, I started thinking of this, even though I am not a YouTuber. I am not someone that is using this as a job. I'm not someone that is trying to be a YouTuber. I'm not trying to make this a job. I simply have this simply so I can talk about random stuff I can't talk about normally. And if I do talk about it normally, I talk about it way too long and nobody cares, and I tend to just like throw it on people. But yes, the biggest thing as to why I just kind of stopped, even though I was enjoying it, I was having a good time editing, I was having a fun time learning how to do all that stuff, it occurred to me that I was thinking far too deeply into this, into wanting to look nice, wanting to, you know, make the edits good, and turning it into somehow a job, even though, one, there's almost 100 of you. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really do appreciate that. Because it's just fun to see people that enjoy listening to me talk for some reason. And again, I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm not trying to make this a job. So why in my brain did I think of it as a job? I think I ended up making this into a fixation for a bit because it was the only thing I wanted to do, the only thing I could think of doing. I didn't have any thoughts of my original characters I've been coming up with for a very long time. I stopped playing video games. I stopped watching shows. The only thing I thought of was what can I write? What do I talk about? What are people gonna like? It truly became a fixation instead of a hobby. And I found that a lot of the things that I do tend to love and enjoy end up turning into a chore or a job because I start to think of it that way. Don't like that things are... Can you adjust on me, please? I cannot see. I took off my glasses, as you saw. I have no idea where I'm looking half the time. But yes, I found that a lot of the things that I enjoy, like drawing, like making videos, like playing some video games, turned into a chore instead of fun because my brain decided to do that. Also, because I don't want to be doing a chore, because no one wants to be doing chores unless you like doing chores. I don't know. I'm not you. I became fixated on something that made me feel that dopamine, that serotonin boost. which is where I would like to talk about hyperfixations. Hyperfixations are usually coined terms for people who are on the spectrum for things that they have a intense focus on and only want to consume things that are of that specific thing that they're fixated on. Now I'm using notes. I do want to give an actual definition of hyperfixation, so I'm looking at my handy dandy iPad. The actual definition that I did get from Google is a hyperfixation is the immense focus on one person, activity, or object and excluding or ignoring everything else. Hyperfixation involves complete dedication and absorption on a single task where anything beyond that task is tuned out. I tend to get fixated on certain aspects of my life or video games or a certain topic. Let me tell you, I could tell you so much crap about Fruits Basket. I wrote an 18-page synopsis, review, and background of Fruits Basket manga and the anime. And I was going to record me talking about it, and then I just didn't. I wanted to. It was in the back of my mind. It still is in the back of my mind. I still want to record it because I wrote 18 pages. I'm going to pull it up on the iPad. I wrote 18 pages about Fruits Basket and everything. I wanted to make a video about it, but in the back of my mind, I thought, because the fixation of me making videos completely wore off. It was in my head wanting to make videos for months, and then I started making videos, and I was having a good time. I was enjoying it all, and then one day I went, oh, I should keep a schedule. I should do this. Yeah, I should post this every I don't know, Monday was when I was posting. And I was doing that for a few weeks. And then my brain was like, bleh. Ugh. How about you go play Skyrim instead? And I was like, You got a point there, brain. I haven't played Skyrim in a really long time. Let's go play Skyrim. And for about 2 months, Skyrim was the only thing I thought of. Where was I gonna go? I want to go home from work so I can play Skyrim. If I'm not playing Skyrim, I'm sleeping. Oops, I forgot to eat because I was playing Skyrim. So fixations are really starting to uproot my life. I already have a tendency to have a downward slope of my mental health, as I've kind of talked about. Not too much, because we're not at that level yet. Not only am I fixated on certain things like Skyrim when I wrote this. I wrote this script like 2 months ago at this point. Because all I was doing was playing Skyrim. And in the back of my mind, I was like, I should really talk about something I want to talk about. But the only thing on my mind is Skyrim and sleeping. If I wasn't playing Skyrim, as I said, I am sleeping. I was putting sleep over eating, bathing, cleaning. Gross, I know. But some people... My cats, though, cats were the only things that was getting me out of bed to feed them, to make sure they're perfectly fine. They are getting well treated more than I treat myself. I make sure they get top of the line stuff. I make sure they go to their vet appointments. They are golden when it comes to what they need. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine if I just, had a bag of popcorn. Yeah. That sounds like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I should be fine. I don't want to spend money on myself. Ugh. Don't look at the stuff behind me. But Again, when I wrote this script 2 months ago, I told my friend that I think I had a fixation on sleeping because the only thing I wanted to do was sleep. Even more than playing Skyrim. If I was awake, I was playing Skyrim, but like I could be sleeping. That'd be fine. I was like, I think I might have a fixation on sleeping, and she just went, "No, Liz, that's depression." And I was like, "Oh, I'm fixated on depression." So, again, at the time I wrote the script, I was sleeping so much, because the only thing I wanted to think about was the dreams I was going to have while I was asleep and the things I could start thinking about before falling asleep, because that's my favorite part of, like, it's like that almost daydreaming type of deal, because I'm still kind of awake and I still have control over what I'm thinking. And I was just making up these stories in my head, man. They were great. I was having a good time. And then I would be sleeping from the second I got off of work at 5, because I work from home sometimes, until like 8:45 when my alarm would go off. Because I have an alarm that goes off at 8:45, goes off every single day. This is to make sure that I take my meds, but it originated when I was a kid. When I was a kid, this is a side note. When I was a kid, my mom wouldn't let us have desserts after 9 p.m., so I set an alarm on my phone for 8:45. At 8:45, Call Me by Blondie would come on, and I would go downstairs to my bedroom, eat some ice cream, and then I'd go back upstairs to my bedroom to draw or do whatever I was doing. I don't really remember because my memory is not great. But I do remember coming down for ice cream time. And I just can't bring myself to get rid of the alarm at this point. So now it's kind of a reminder to take my meds, but it still says ice cream on there because, again, I can't delete that alarm. That's been with me for a while. Back to the topic at hand. I couldn't find motivation to do the things that I liked, like drawing, like making videos, like even playing Skyrim at one point. I did get very sick of it. The only thing on my mind for a while was Skyrim. If I was awake, I'm playing Skyrim. I could even forego sleeping to go play Skyrim. I want to play Skyrim. That's the only thing on my mind. I want to go here. I know I want to do this quest. And then one day I woke up and I went, ugh. It's kind of a chore to do this quest, isn't it? Why did I think of a game as a chore? Why did I think of videos as a chore? I started thinking of drawing as a chore at one point, and that got me really upset because drawing is one of the things that I truly enjoy doing, and I don't want that to become something that my brain decides it doesn't like anymore. So I started forcing myself to do things that I know that I love, like drawing. So I'd bring out all my markers, I get the paper out, and I sit there, having no creative juices at all. I went on Pinterest, started looking at Pinterest like poses, like your character here poses and stuff, and I just put my characters in there. And it kind of got the creative juices flowing, but after a few minutes of trying to do that, or even just finding a pose on Pinterest, I, again, felt like it was a chore to try and have fun. And I thought it'd be better if I just went to sleep. No, it wouldn't. Why am I like this? I don't want to be like this. I'd rather do things that I like and be awake and doing things that I like. But it seems like when I'm awake, the only things I have to do is work. I don't like working. So I feel like my brain has equated me being awake to working. So anything I do while I'm awake has been adequated to working. Like making a video. I want to do it. But my brain is like, that's effort you have to put in instead of sitting on the couch taking a nap. Back to Fruits Basket for another second. When I was a kid and I just started Fruits Basket and I started reading through the manga, I think I was probably around 10 to 12 around, I don't really remember. I was probably around that age range though. And I remember reading all the books, but I didn't actually have the book, so I was reading it on my phone or on the family laptop and getting viruses on the family laptop because I was looking at, sketchy websites, whatever. But once it ended, even like the anime, once the anime ended for me, like the original one, I got so depressed and I didn't want to do anything. The only thing I wanted was more content of Fruits Basket, but there simply wasn't more content. The anime was over at the time. So I started, you know, reading it, and then I finished the books, and that was Pico, and I got extremely depressed again. And it made me, it like almost, like to the point where it felt like someone around me died, and not that I just finished an amazing story. Yes, Pico? Oh, it's okay. I know I haven't gotten this out in like a few months. What's going on? I'm gonna pick you up. Scooped! It's Halloween time, which means it's Pico time. Right, Pico? Back to, you know, why was I feeling like someone passed away when I finished an amazing story like Fruits Basket? I was so fixated on it that the only thing I wanted to do when I got home from school, actually no, I was so fixated on it, and it was over the summer that I was reading it, and I finished it, and that was the only thing I would wake up and do. So the only thing I had to look forward to was going back to sleep. It was either sleeping or going into my fixation. So we have a pattern here. It's either I sleep or I do something that I'm incredibly like passionate about. But once the thing that I'm passionate about either ends or my brain decides that it's a job, it feels like my heart is breaking, and it feels like I lost a loved one, and it's awful to feel. I don't want to feel that. Why do I feel that? So any comments slash therapist around here? I can't afford therapy. Again, I spent like $300 to get stuff to see, which again I can't see, so I'm gonna put these back. Oh wow. Ring light eyes. Maybe if I, no, it's not gonna help. Any way I look at this, you're gonna see the ring light. So what is the best way to get out of a fixation rut to where the only thing you're doing is sleeping and doing the thing that you like? But I'm an adult, so that means I have to sleep, work, and find time to do the thing that I like. And it is not a good work-life thing that I like balance, because most of my time is working, or, sorry for having that in the frame the entire time, or sleeping. So what I'm going to work on with myself is trying to regulate the things that I like a little bit more by not scheduling them out, but always knowing that there's something that I would like to do. If it's something that I try, I go, hey, I'm going to draw. And then I start drawing and I really am not liking drawing, like I'm just bored, I can move on to something else that isn't sleeping. That is my goal. I've been trying to do that, and for the past few weeks, that's actually what I've been trying to do, is rotate the things that I like while also getting a lot of sleep, a normal amount of sleep. I'm still taking naps because I'm a tired bitch. I'm so tired all the time. But on the weekends, that's when I get to sleep a little bit more. I stay up a little bit late because I can't not. And then I sleep until about 2 or 4 p.m. If I don't set an alarm, I will sleep until 4 p.m. And then I feel like my whole weekend's gone, but it's fine. I'm getting my sleep. If I need sleep, I need my sleep. I still am waking up at 7:30 to feed the cats, and then I go back to sleep. You know, but I'm trying to regulate myself a little bit more. Hi, Pico. To make it that I enjoy the time when I'm awake and not just the time when I'm asleep. If you made it this far into the video though, I do want to show off, I found my littlest pet shops from when I was a kid, because my mom is selling my childhood home, so I have to go through all my things. I am trying to remember. I think these ones were, again, if you're new here, I have horrible memory issues. I don't remember most of my childhood due to 5 concussions, but I think this one might have been like one of my favorites because they are all like completely bashed. I think this one was probably either a friend or something. I don't remember. I think I just kind of had them to look at. Like, I have my figures still. But I had this panda that I enjoyed. Please don't eat those. Oh, brat. Pico, am I right? I had a puffin. I love this little guy. I still do. He's adorable. But then I have a bunch of weird ones. Like, I have a fish. These are the ones I think I got into them a little bit late in the game. So when everybody had like 1,000 of them, these are, I only had like a few. That's fine. I was happy with the ones I had. I also got these new figures. Yeah, Pico, I got these new figures, Mashal figures. So, you're still here. Thanks. I really enjoy your company. If you're, I don't know where I'm looking, because again, I can't see very well, but you can see my big green eyes. You know, I'm not like other girls. I have green eyes. Okay, bye.